Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 309. I am B.
I'm Ryan.
There was another guy that used to
used to
come
be,
here,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Chic is, he's working late. He's working late. That's what he tells us.
Yeah, there's some doubt. The
There
thing
is,
is,
but-
here's the thing about lying, even once in your life, is that people are always a little suspicious of you lying again. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's why it's very good to never lie.
It is very good, but it's also difficult,
It is difficult to never lie
you know?
because it's lying. Can be
Big
so helpful.
lies, but like the white lies. I'll do a bunch of white lies where I
But
know it's not
someti-
going to hurt anyone.
But sometimes it's the white lies that if people realize you're white lying and then you're known as a white liar, then I got to work late is a white lie.
That is a white lie, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now, but
White
well,
liar
most of his
crime.
lies are white lies, but we think, oh, okay, Chick
Mm-hmm.
can't make it because of a white lie.
It's true. Well, the thing that I question is so we're recording in my apartment today.
Yeah.
Ryan was kind enough to come schlep all of his stuff over here.
Not all of it. I didn't bring all of it. But
Well, most of it.
yeah.
Whatever we need. And Chick was like, maybe if I get out a little early, I'll swing by.
So if he shows up even soon, then we'll know that he's lying. Yeah.
So.
And then this conversation would be a good way to find out if he listens
If
to
he
this
listens,
podcast.
yeah, because we won't mention this to
Yeah,
him.
we won't talk about
Yeah.
it. And then if he.
And if
'cause I don't think-
you're a friend of Chick, don't let him know that we're talking about him. We'll give him the Pat Dunn treatment.
Did you suspect that Kelpie told, because she knows she's friends with Pat Dunn, right? Or friendly with Pat Dunn?
I think Pat wanted to he said he already said he was going to listen to that episode
Before
he knew that we were
okay.
prompting him.
Alright.
But I think he's back on.
Yeah, no.
That's how low the Adult Babies podcast is, that we lose one listener,
And
we force him to come back.
the fact that we know when we lose a listener.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
shouldn't know.
Yeah.
We shouldn't know, but that's true. I know another friend that stopped listening too, and I'm like, because she hasn't talked to me about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't listen to the podcast anymore. She goes, no, my commute changed.
Yeah.
Listen, it could be a commute that messes our podcast up.
Yeah, I know.
That's fine. We'll just do what we do.
Yeah.
It feels weird being here, doesn't it?
A little bit because I've only ever been even here a couple times, but you used to do it here very
Yeah,
regularly.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm in the podcast studio at all.
It's
you
like
know?
'cause I had people over last night, and my living room is just a podcast studio.
Yeah.
I don't take the mics
You live
down.
in a podcast
I don't take the mics away. The cameras are still set up, so people like sit down and I'm like, "Welcome to my apartment. Would you like to turn on the mics and record this?"
They know that you do a podcast.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you think they listen?
No.
No. You don't
No.
want. Do you want people to listen?
People that I don't think they would like it. So if I think people will like it,
True.
I would want them to. But
Like I said, I started doing that. I'm not promoting my Jets YouTube stuff now, but I was telling you last week I want to start doing more YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't. It's not on Instagram. It's not on Facebook. It's like, I don't know who.
it's a void.
Yeah, it's like, let me just try to bomb with it.
Yeah.
It's like open mics, you know. I could just throw stuff
Yeah.
out there. It could be terrible, which it's not great right now. I'm doing like a little
That's exactly why you want to do it there. You want to
Yes.
get your reps in
get my reps in
and
by
work
the
out
end
the
of the
kinks.
season. So I'm promoting it, but what I'm doing basically is doing a little Jets. I don't know what you call it, a vlog. I don't know. No, it's not. I don't know what a vlog is.
Yeah, it's a vlog.
I'm going to do like I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. I talk about the Jets' upcoming game. I start with a poem where I rhyme about the upcoming game. And that I'll probably throw on TikTok. Maybe that I'll throw out somewhere else. But Yeah, it was the first week
just a
was
poem.
just a poem.
Yeah.
And then you got to go on YouTube and subscribe for the
I think a poem
content.
is a strong word for what those are. I mean,
I like that I call it a poem though. It's definitely not.
no.
No.
It's a bunch of rhyming words close
It's
to
rhymes.
each other. Yeah.
It's rhymes. I used to do this thing on like my fantasy football leagues where I would like send out newsletters and I would call them poems where I would just rhyme about basically what I'm doing
Yeah.
of like all the people in the league. But I stopped doing that. Once you do comedy, once you start doing like stand up, you start like trying to like act funny in real life.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that? Or you stopped doing stand? We both stopped doing stand up at this point.
Yeah.
I got a show this weekend, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I didn't because I didn't ever do that because I'm only funny with certain people and I know who I'm funny in front of and I know who I'm not.
Do you?
So yeah.
What do you mean?
I get a good vibe from certain people and then if I feel comfortable around somebody and I feel like I can.
You don't try in front of other. You don't want to win them over though.
I'll do like real subtle things and see if they pick up on the subtlety and then maybe I'll
Yeah, I got that. I do
branch
that
out a
too.
little bit. But I think I'm gonna start doing more YouTube videos too. I mean, I think
Why
I've
not?
taken your idea and I'm gonna run with it. And
Just do whatever.
I want to like work out my set. I'm gonna do like a writing session on YouTube.
That's
And
interesting.
I'm just gonna like talk out my sets and ideas and like
Yeah.
build it because I'm really having a hard time. I want to start doing more stand up, but I'm really having a hard time building a set.
Me too.
So I'm like, I'm gonna just on YouTube just start talking out.
And like maybe people will
Ideas out.
comment and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
the idea.
Or even just, sometimes when you say something, if you talk about something, you'll say something like, "Oh, that's the joke." You can just talk it out and then stumble upon the joke, and you don't need an audience to know when you stumbled across the funny part of an idea.
Yeah, I'm a big shower guy. I talk in the shower a lot
Yeah.
to myself.
Yeah.
You ever do that?
No, not really. No.
Showers like the one
That's-
time. I don't know.
It's a funny idea for a special.
Just talking in the shower.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how I'll do a
And
special.
I
one.
could just shoot it through the glass, like the
Yeah.
shower, like go through the curtain, and be like, and just hear you with the shower,
blur me out
Yeah.
in certain points.
or just not a special, but like a clip. It would be funny to just record that.
That would be.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll do that one day.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna beat you to it.
Yeah. So what's up with you?
Not much.
We both got off early today. That's
Yeah,
nice. We're
yeah,
here in the day.
that was nice, too.
It's like a nice early way to.
Yeah, I'm gonna get dinner nearby afterwards.
Yeah.
Take advantage of being in the area.
What are you gonna get? Any idea?
I have no idea. No. I might go to Whiskey Down Diner.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Although I haven't been. There was a time I was going to Whiskey Down a lot because it's downstairs.
Yeah.
And I kind of got. I was like, all right.
There's like a good variety of stuff, so you can go there a lot.
They do.
You can switch it up a lot.
Here's my problem though. I like to order through one of the apps. I don't know what that says about me that I can't call to a place on the.
I think anybody, that's how people feel nowadays. You want to not feel rushed on the phone with somebody. Let me take my time. Let me make my little.
Also, it's easier to like say, all right, I want to add this, I want to
know
do that.
Yeah.
It's like the customization factor makes it
Without
so much.
annoying somebody, it's going to print up a receipt,
Yeah.
and somebody's going to read that, and they're going to
Yep.
make it the way I told them to, without somebody being like hitting the computer and
Exactly.
you hear that they're annoying with
Bothering
you.
them on the phone.
Yeah.
You hear like
I went to go. Good, yeah.
my problem now, Whiskey Down specifically, when you order on the apps, it doesn't have like the updated, because they switch like menus, like a fall menu, a summer menu, so that's not on there, and that's the stuff I want.
Yeah.
So I'm like stuck with like the original, whatever the original menu is. So if anybody from Whiskey Down Diner is listening,
There'll be
You
a lot
get
of
a
work
few-
to add those things constantly.
I guess it would.
Yeah.
And I understand why they don't do it, but I hope they understand that's why I don't order.
Yeah. I went to a bakery yesterday, and I wanted to get just a bunch of like mixed pastries because I was having people over, and
Sounds like such an adult party that you had
we went
people.
to they invited us to dinner, and it was close by my house. So I said, "Well, come by the house."
Is this a couple thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have some pastries. We'll make a fire. We'll sit by the fire for a while.
Yeah.
So, but I walked in there, and I'm starving to begin with. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a cake. It feels like a lot to just get a cake for 4 people.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, let me get some of these cookies. But I annoyed the woman so bad because I was like, I don't know, like I need like a box of cookies. Can I get like 4 of those? And then like how much room is left in the box? Can I get 3 of these? And you just like she's like, you're trying to be cute about it and fun, but she's just like, what do you want? I don't.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
I don't want to do this dance with you. Tell me what you want. Come in. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't. This is all very. I don't do this a lot.
You know, I worked in a bakery.
I think I do remember.
The King Cullen Bakery. So it wasn't a real bakery.
Yeah.
But I've dealt with people like that.
Yeah.
And it is annoying. But
Yeah.
you have to put on a happy face.
Yeah.
You know?
She did not.
Of course you didn't. What pastries did you just cookies?
I got some macaroons. They had cannoli chipwiches,
Okay.
which is okay. And then what's the ones they? It's like a roll of pastry. Rugula.
Yeah.
Rugula.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of those, which I thought I didn't like, but
They're good, right?
I was like, when he's like, oh, let's get some of those. But I don't think I like them.
What is there's like a jelly or something
they all
inside
have, like,
of it?
something inside of it.
A preservative?
So, yeah, something inside of it. So she got a bunch of them, and I was like, yeah, I got them. I guess people like them. And then I got home today. We had some left over. And I tried one today. I'm like, these things are great.
Are they like small?
Yeah.
Like little bite size?
Yeah.
Almost like a fig Newton.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It turns out they're
Rugula.
great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I had a bad one once, and I just got a bad.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, it's the name.
Yeah,
It
they
just
don't-
doesn't sound rugula.
It sounds like a vegetable.
It does, yeah. It doesn't sound like a pastry that I want.
No, it doesn't.
I'm a big croissant guy, but I guess that's not what you buy for like pastries after a thing. But like I've been going to this bakery
Yeah.
where I just get fresh croissants.
That's good.
Oh God, the flakiness, the buttery texture.
Yeah.
God,
it's
it's
hard
so-
to beat just a croissant.
so
and now they're
good.
coming out. Now they got like pistachio croissants and like,
Yeah.
other stuff, which are good. Like it's still, I feel like just a good regular croissant is.
A regular is perfect.
All you need.
I don't need anything on it, but God, I love it.
Yeah, it was nice. It did feel, it did feel like an adult. I liked entertaining. I miss entertaining. I used to like if I did Christmas, I was very involved. I like that. I like.
You like do you cook? Or you just like
some
getting
things,
people
yeah,
together.
some things I can cook. Prep. Like I did. I used to do Mother's Day brunch. I would host Mother's Day brunch, and I would cook.
At the
like
house.
scrambled eggs or French toast. I
Yeah.
would always make easy things I can make.
I like a Mother's Day brunch at the house. I don't like going out to a place.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like a factory.
You never like my cousins over with their mother, and then it's like a big family, like another family gathering.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I told you about my Mother's Day was a disaster this year, so we're gonna have to change it up. Maybe we'll do a brunch.
It was 110, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been delivering there lately, and I can't help but think every time I go there, I go, whatever your father said. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, now he's pissing
Now
me
he's
off.
pissing me off. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I just think about it.
I think about
you.
the-
I think about you repeating.
Yeah, well, I think about that now, and I'm like, man, that probably was just a rough day for those people.
Yeah.
You know? What are you gonna do?
So something we were talking about, a little bit earlier, and I said, well, let's talk about it on the podcast. If somebody in your life has discussed wanting breast implants,
Yeah.
and you feel like it's a good idea, but not like I would
Not
I would
like-
never ask them. I never want for them.
Uh-huh.
But I'm always like, if you want them, then get them.
Right,
So I
but
want to be
you-
like encouraging to be like, what, like, I'm fine as is. But if you're talking about one, I'm like, yeah, it might be cool. Like, and you were like, you don't really like fake boobs.
No,
Yeah.
not a fan.
Which is, there's a fine line, and I know a lot of guys that don't. I feel like they've come a long way.
Maybe
And-
they have.
And yeah, and also I grew up on fake boobs, and you were like, yeah, so did I.
We all did.
Yeah,
But
I
the
think,
older I get, the more I like them high and tight.
yeah,
And
you're saying that you prefer a smaller boob now.
yeah, I mean, it's just too much. I feel like a boob in general is just a lot of, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I guess the smaller they are, the more I could handle it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like a
Yeah.
compact car. As
Yeah.
opposed to like a, big
Sure.
Oldsmobile.
I get it, and I see the value in small boobs, and I like, and I'm.
I also
I'm a
see
fan-
the value of Big ones.
Yeah, right.
I saw big ones the other day, and I said, I liked it.
Yeah.
What
The
about
problem is variety, and it's like, but once you make a commitment to getting implants, now you got big boobs.
Right.
And
I mean,
like, what if I'm like, oh, these are fun, but I do also sometimes I want the small ones.
you want that little button that maybe like the Jetsons would have had, where you can like deflate or inflate.
So
right?
they sell like a chest thing for women to wear with like just big gigantic boobs, and like you wear like a bra on it, and like you wear clothing so you can't see any of the seams, and then it just looks like they got big boobs.
It's in the it's in the bra.
It's not in the bra. It's like a big, those big skin rubber things, and you flop it over your
that's
head.
too much. That's too much. When you have to wear like big skin, like you're dressed in like a Halloween costume, then we've gone too far.
You don't think that would do it?
No.
You don't think I'd be into that?
I'd be thinking about, Jesus Christ, she's sweating under that thing, that rubber suit.
Yeah, that would get sweaty in there.
My thoughts with the if somebody in my life was asking, maybe I'm thinking about getting them, and maybe you're like, I kind of want that.
Yeah.
I compare it to like today, we had talked about doing the podcast without Chic. Chic wasn't going to make it, and you had thrown the idea out that, hey, maybe I can come to you.
Yeah.
I was like, I could come to you.
Yeah.
But if you're offering,
Yeah.
come here. That's how I feel about it. It's like I could go with what you have. But if you're saying you're going to do that,
The problem is that would be like you saying, oh yeah, come here, and then we'll always do it from here, and we can
Right.
never go back to your apartment.
yeah, I don't want to always do it from here.
So it's not a.
You're right. There's the
completely
flaw
equal.
in the argument.
But I understand what you mean. But you never want to make somebody feel like what they are isn't enough. So to be like when somebody you're like, oh, I'm thinking, I would love implants. Like, yeah, no, you should do that. You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be too enthusiastic
Right, exactly.
about it. Like, finally, Jesus, I've been waiting forever.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been giving you hints. You know.
Yeah, act like I can't find them.
I'm like, wait a second.
Where are they even? I can't even. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you just.
Yeah,
I think what you
truly
do.
like what I truly want, whatever that she wants to do, she should do. I'm not, like I would never want her to do anything because
Right.
That's the thing too. She's like willing to please to a fault. Like
Yeah,
if I say,
interesting.
I have to be careful about what I say around her because I feel like she's gonna.
This reminds me of a situation I got into with my parents. Okay, because and my whole family, because I talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
I would often say, I remember, one time I said, wow, these sweet potatoes are good. And they started putting sweet potatoes on every meal that I ever had. I'm like, I like them. I don't need them every time.
Yeah.
So,
You're ruining it.
Yeah, it's like you're ruining it. Like
And
when they
also,
come out.
like me, it comes more from the place of I don't want to inconvenience people. So
I mean surgery.
I appreciate, but like even if it's something like she'll literally anything that I say, she'll be like, oh, I'll do that, I'll do this, and But I'm like, but if it's inconvenient, like, I don't want you to do it. I feel bad that you're gonna do it. So I appreciate you want to do something, but it makes me feel bad that you're doing it because I feel like you're going either way. But it's really just making her happy because she loves to do things for people.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, so I feel. To me, it takes me a little bit out of it because I'm always worried. I'm like, man, she's doing this for me. Is she really enjoying this? Where I'm not enjoying it 100% because I'm always in the back of my mind. I'm saying, is she really enjoying this or is she just doing this for me?
Yeah,
and maybe that's because we're flawed in some way.
Well, yeah, it is. It's probably something deeply rooted in our childhood. But I'm a better giver than I am a receiver.
Yeah.
Like I prefer to be the one doing things for people than. I always feel bad. You don't have to do it. It's fine. But I'll do anything.
What you're saying to me now is you didn't want to come here.
No, I mean I like coming.
But you did.
I wanted it pleases me to do something for you to be like, oh yeah, you stay. I'll come here. I don't mind. And this is fun. I like switching.
It is fun to do it on
things up. Yeah.
Yeah, but
standing on my foot's on a fork and I'm sitting on a pile of pennies.
There's also a what do you call it?
Floss?
A floss underneath. I saw you sat.
Those used?
You sat on floss. No, the problem because the bag they have a lot in the bag.
I feel like why are they out of the bathroom?
Because well, sometimes I'll floss when I'm walking back and forth. It's not like I
You're
live
not-
in a mansion
You're not
here.
holding the bag and just pulling out flosses while
No,
you're flossing. You
maybe-
take the floss out over there and then walk around while you're using one
Maybe
floss.
when I first
Why
got
is
it,
there-
maybe when I first got it, it's a new bag. A few fell out.
You couldn't wait.
I was ready to floss. Baby.
Yeah, I don't floss.
What are you
Something
talking about?
about
You
me.
don't
I'm
floss?
not a flosser. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
I've tried. I bought a water pick. I just can't I can't commit to it.
Huh. I'm thinking about getting a water
I've
pick.
gotten those things before, and I'm like,
You want to take one home?
it might not be used, but it's garbage, right?
Yeah,
We can
it's
agree on
garbage.
that,
You could
right?
put it right on. You could put it right on that soundboard, which is probably also garbage.
Yeah.
So listen, I think what you do with this in this situation, you just encourage her to be like, if that's what you really
Right,
want.
Yeah, which is genuinely how I feel. So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
But how big is she? Would she go? You don't want.
She wants her ideal
Obnoxious?
would be like her ideal would be like a D.
That's big.
That's big, yeah.
That's a little
That's-
too big. Can you handle a D?
I think I think I could figure it out. Yeah. What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. We good?
No. What happened? We're good. I mean, yeah.
Are we recording?
I don't know how to work this thing. Apparently. I think we're back.
Yeah. All right.
Might have two different recordings, but
Well,
we'll be fine.
you can figure that out in post.
Thank you. Thanks for your confidence. Yeah.
Oh man.
Obnoxious. Yeah, she was
Obnoxious
her
size.
ideal is yeah.
That's a lot. But that like everybody when she walks into a room now, everybody's
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
a
be-
different. It's a change. It's like it's not like something's changed. It's like wow, she got
yeah,
yeah.
like midlife crisis change.
Let's not put a negative, you know.
Well,
spin on it. Yeah.
but not a negative, but like that's what like
I think she should get one of those chest plates, and not just
Stop
not
the
just
chest plate freaks
not
me
just
out.
for me, but like walk around with it. See how it feels.
almost like a temporary tattoo.
Yeah.
Like see how
because
you
that's
like
how
it.
you're gonna look in the world. So like, go to the store and that one day and see if people are like. I saw her last week and she you know, just to see how it feels. Yeah.
That would be
And
interesting.
then I would absolutely eventually then end up in the bedroom at some point just to see if it works.
Wait, with the rubber suit?
Yeah.
Does it look real? Does it like?
Well, you'd have to like wear something over, like maybe like.
Oh, I
Like, just
got
to
you.
see,
I
like,
got you.
Maybe like some lingerie, because it has like cleavage and it has. We'd have to wear like enough things to cover the seams.
you
a lot of
never
work.
fail to like just I like it's. I respect it.
yeah.
I respect it because, like I said, that part of my life I think has passed me by. I'm not a young man anymore. You know, if some woman wants to come over here, sit on some floss, and
Well, you can clean, but maybe do you think that tidying up is keeping you from wanting to invite somebody back here? Maybe if you had a more readily available place. That you
No.
would be more into the game? No, it's,
No.
just, it's all, yeah.
I don't want to wake up next to anybody. Something's not right with me. Something's not
No,
right.
that's, you're not alone. Just, you know.
I enjoy, like I was telling you
Nothing wrong
before,
with
something else happened where I'm like, I just like to be alone.
Yeah.
You know?
I can relate to that. Yeah, I mean, I don't, not to your extent, but I do appreciate being alone. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
It's nice to be alone sometimes.
I mean, I have turned people down from,
Hey,
like,
Playboy.
no, you're not like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
like, I'm like,
Yeah. It's not worth the
is it
headache.
worth it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you were really into somebody, your whole approach might change. But
Maybe, yeah.
It would.
If I was,
It would.
and maybe that
Yeah.
changes. I keep saying maybe my personality.
you just never
would
met
change.
anybody. You just haven't met anybody recently that would make you even consider that. So.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I want to talk about something briefly, but I also like I don't. It's kind of about this, but I don't. I'll edit it out. I'll ask Monique if she's okay with it on the podcast, and I'll just take this part out if
Right.
it's not. So, people won't have even heard that. So you asked me what I was in your neighborhood the other day, so we went back to the Hollywood Motel.
Yeah.
And that's like the place that we go for debaucherous, extra debaucherous.
Well, yeah, you don't go there for like a weekend
Yeah,
getaway.
so we had, she got a wig recently, and it was like a pink wig, and I was like, she sent me a picture of wearing the wig and a little sexy picture.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, who's this? And she, so she gave her name.
Wait, you play along?
She gave her name. Yeah, so we ended up in a little role play, which
You are living a different life. It's wild. It's wild. The fact that you right away, you're like, who is this? And she just knows to be like, it's Jennifer, so whatever the hell, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'll keep the name to protect the characters. I'll keep the names.
I don't need to know the name.
So, the characters started building. So it was a prostitute and a John looking to hire a lady of the evening.
I am so glad that when you said earlier that you were in the neighborhood and I asked and you said where you were.
I just laughed. Yeah.
I was hoping. I didn't want to pry.
Yeah.
But I'm so.
Yeah, this might not be. This might
That's
not
fine.
be the podcast, but
That's fine.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm glad that I'm hearing this.
Yeah. So.
How does that go?
So I made. I've only ever role played with her. I've only ever done like role playing with her. I've talked about it in the past, but never like. She's a real like if an idea pops up, she likes to commit to it.
Have you talked about this in the past, or does she?
We talked about role playing, but we talked about different scenarios. But no, we kind of briefly during sex, kind of entered this role play, but this was like a more severe thing. So I had this app on my phone that you can create a different number from, like you can text from a different number. So I texted her from a different number from a different person, and I as her the name that she created. So we had a whole separate text thread going as two different people that were arranging. we were arranging a night, to meet up. And I said, tell me where to meet you. And she said, meet me at the
at the
Hollywood Motel.
Yeah.
And she said, what room are you in? And I went in and I was like, hello.
Wait, she was there before you?
Well, that was a little logistics. So we had to kind of get around. So we did drive together, but then I dropped her off and I said, I said, all right, good night. Good night, Monique. I'll see you tomorrow. And then I waited for a while. Then I came in, and then
just like the boyfriend's like, "Good night, have a good night." At the Hollywood Motel.
Yeah, exactly.
And wait till you check in.
So I dropped her off, sans wig, and then she went and got prepared. Then now she's just.
You guys show up with bags and stuff.
It's good acting. Like I've never really done much acting, but it's good. It's good improv acting.
It is, yeah,
work.
Yeah. Yes, and
yeah.
How much do I owe you?
And then I asked her if it was okay if I record some of our interaction. She goes, well, that's an extra fee.
So that camera has seen a lot.
Yeah. So then when I pulled out that camera, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I said, there's still some footage on here from the other night. So as you were asking me where were the other night, I was...
You were looking at it?
I saw an image of, the clip from the video.
So do you watch those?
I haven't. I've never really videotaped myself either. Like, again, a little bit with phones and stuff, you do a little bit, but that was probably the most.
Yeah.
And there's mirrors everywhere, so like now you're using mirrors. And
ceiling and everything.
So.
Did you get a different room than you got the first time?
No, just a regular room, but I would like to try a couple different of those theme rooms.
Didn't you get a theme room the first time, or am I mistaken? No? Okay. Maybe we talked about that, how they have theme rooms there.
They have ones with poles in there, but no.
Listen, the place has been in business for as long as I remember. So there's a lot of people like yourself out there.
And I wasn't even going to talk, because I actually took a picture while I was waiting for her to get ready, and my character was preparing himself. I took a picture from inside the parking lot looking at the building. I was going to text you guys, and you're like...
I wish you did.
I was going to be like, another fun night ahead of me.
I wish you did.
But I'm like, you know what? Not every fucking thing needs to be on the podcast. And then as soon as I got in this chair, I'm like, I did the other night, so I might as well just send you the picture.
You should have.
Yeah.
Listen, there's not much that I don't say that goes, everything goes on this podcast. But of course, you're dealing with somebody else.
Yeah. Well,
so
we'll wrap that up just in case she doesn't want it on the podcast. We're not going on forever about it.
Well,
so that was my other night. Yeah.
I just want to say I respect that you guys do this, and it's just very interesting. Just because I'm so not that way.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in it. I'm very
Yeah.
interested in it from afar.
Yeah.
Like you're going to, you're going like ways where I'm like, do you really even have to do a fake? Like what's going on, but your fake numbers.
Yeah, it's
It's
fun
good.
to commit. And then you gotta. It's easy to keep them separate.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like,
Of the
hey,
characters.
so and so is texting here. Like, if it's coming from that number, I don't have to introduce myself. if
So
I
this is a
wanna-
character maybe you bring back.
Oh yeah,
in
there's gonna be another meeting.
Yeah. There'll be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a one-time client.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
That's.
She keeps her customers happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. She actually wants to do a podcast where she reviews sex toys. Like, she wants us to do a podcast together, like a YouTube video.
Wait,
where
not
we
like
just-
where
we
you
review sex toys. Not use them, but like use them and then go on afterwards and talk about
Oh, okay.
like
I think people would like that.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
I mean, once she turns to a double D, whatever else she's gonna be,
yeah
you're gonna open up a lot of doors. You're gonna get a lot of views.
yeah. Interesting. So
Jeez, I gotta get. Maybe I need to switch my whole thing. Like I'm gonna talk about the Jets, and you have a girl with
like so this thing
gigantic
yeah.
tits talking about
Yeah.
about sex toys.
Yeah, you gotta keep
I mean,
up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nobody
Well,
cares about
my
Brees Hall.
YouTube was just gonna be like, so I was thinking the other day about
Yeah.
but
Whatever.
yeah.
Whatever works.
So do you have anything else? I got some other topics.
I do have something weird that I've been doing.
Okay.
Not.
Like
I
this?
mean, listen. When I say weird in this room, the stuff that you do.
Comparatively,
Yeah. End of the summer, bees are coming out like crazy. More, I think they're wasps actually that I'm dealing with
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of wasps
at work.
lately, yeah.
So they're all over the place, and I've been playing a little game with them, where I trap them in my truck, in the back of the truck. The truck's refrigerated,
Yeah.
and then I drive to Connecticut,
Yeah.
and the bees just, they don't freeze, but I guess they get like stunned.
Yeah, they get like lethargic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Can you do that towards the camera, please?
so what I do is I take the bee from Farmingdale, I bring it to Connecticut, I cross borders with
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 bees, and then I take my little paper and I pick them up and I drop them on the ground, and then I watch them like come back to like life, and they're like, oh shit, where am I? And they're in another state.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Isn't that
It's
weird?
not only crazy, it's the opposite of what I do.
What do? You bring them home?
I won't travel anywhere if there's a bug of any kind in my car. And I made a video about this. And I can drop it into the podcast. Well, can I play this video
Yeah,
that I made?
and
about-
I'll show you 2 of my bees, 2 of my lethargic bees. Look at that.
Yeah, there they
So,
are. They really do
just sitting there.
They really do just sit
Oh,
there.
it's so much fun.
It's not fun, it's cruel. That's
No,
cruel.
no.
And
I knew you were going to say that's cruel, but they're in another place. They're like, what happened?
but then,
Did
like,
I
they don't know
die?
anybody there.
No, I'm bringing 2 at a time. They have a friend, but they're like, did I die? Did I die? No, I'm in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Am I the only person who doesn't like to drive with a fly in their car? Not for my sake, but for the fly's sake? Because if I'm driving like an hour, I don't want the fly to get out and be like, I don't live here. I don't know anything around
And here
this
you are.
area.
That's what I
I don't
like
know
to
anybody
do.
here. I don't know how to get back to where I was. So I'll just sit in the car and wait. I just leave the windows open. I don't like to shoo a fly out of the car. I like to just wait for it to leave on its own. Because I
Can I
don't
play
want
this
to
whole
feel
thing? Is this crazy?
like it wasn't wanted.
No.
So I just sit there and wait for it to leave. I definitely have a problem with anthropomorphizing things, but
What does that mean?
one time I was taking.
That's when you give human attributes to non-human things.
Oh,
A lot of times it's like
do that.
not even. No, apparently not, because you're transporting bees everywhere.
yeah, because I don't have a choice. Like I wouldn't. Well, I don't know, man. I love to like, if a fly is in my car,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, as long as he's not bothering me, I'll bring him to another location. And
Yeah,
like,
but then
can
I
he
think
find
about
his
like
way
they
home?
get out and they're like, yeah, like
What, you haven't been lost before?
not in a different state with no idea where I am.
After being...
But you know, animals like insects, like it's pretty amazing how they can like instinct, like they
Right.
can find. So,
So do you
did,
think-
did they make it back?
like, I would love to put a tracker on them, but like, I know that's impossible. But do you think like
As long as you know it's impossible.
the bee comes out and he's like, holy shit!
Yeah,
I'm an hour and a half from
yeah.
home.
yeah.
What happened?
And can they just join like another hive?
I did look this up, and this. All right, so maybe I am kind of cruel because I looked it up. They can try, but a lot of the hives will be like, no.
You don't live here.
It's
You're
like
from
me and
here.
you. If me and you were to go to like, you know, a college and try to join a fraternity,
Yeah.
they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
That's what these other bees are saying to the bees I'm bringing across state.
Yeah. Well, I hope
But
you're
it's-
happy with yourself. You're undoing all the work I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing exactly the you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's kind of funny. that's all right. I wouldn't do it to a puppy.
No, as long as you have your
I wouldn't do it to a
Parameters.
cat.
no.
And I don't like cats, but like I
Yeah.
wouldn't. But
Listen,
you know,
that, and as much as I do feel that way, I don't go nuts if I'm like if I gotta go, I'm going with the
course.
fly in my
of course.
a bee in my truck. But I did that once. I took one to Staten to Shelter Island, and I was like, this thing's
He's
all,
living a better
this
life.
thing's all on Shelter Island now, and I took
He's
it from
living a
Greenport.
better life
yeah.
in Shelter Island. But yeah, but as for the bee, also I think they're also dying off this time of year. That's why they're very aggressive. And I got stung a few weeks ago. And once I got stung, I said, you know what? Screw you all.
Yeah.
Screw you all. I'm taking you across state lines. And that's what I'm doing.
That's great.
But I know it's crazy. And I've been doing it for like a few weeks.
It's equally as crazy as me, just in a different direction. It's
Yeah.
nuts to. These things, they don't have human
Brains.
feelings like that. Like that.
No, they don't
They're way
care.
more just like instinctual, and insects and like animals do. But do you ever anthropomorphize like literally non-living things? Like
Again, what is this when like you give them human traits? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
yeah, like you have like feelings. If you see like a stuffed animal, and like you wanted to,
You know, I've talked about that.
yeah, like
I have a big problem with that.
yeah,
Like clothes, like I can't say like I don't like this shirt because it'll feel bad.
yeah.
I've talked about this numerous times on the podcast. My sister at times would go out to dinner and not like the meal, and I would feel bad for the meal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wacky.
I used to have my Christmas tree used to have a little zebra on it, and it had a broken ear, and I bought it like that from the wherever because when they were like at the shop, I was like, well, nobody's gonna buy this guy. This poor guy is gonna sit here, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, this one's got a broken ear, don't buy it. So I rescued an ornament from a store and put it on my tree. Then it was like every year it was like a big thing, like taking out the earless zebra to go on the tree.
I feel that. First of all, I like that. That's something I would definitely do.
Yeah.
I feel that even with that's why I get so much football jerseys because I feel like that jersey you're looking at right there, that number 20, that's going to be with me all year. Now, may I pick that jersey up?
You may, yeah.
I'll be careful.
Yeah. Let's look at how much time we got here. Oh, we've been recording a while. Okay, let me hear it.
All right, so this jersey, if you look at it, it looks game worn. By game worn, I mean it's got wing sauce.
on it, yeah.
That's week one. All right, so I'm not gonna leave it there all week, but I'm gonna. I like that I got wing sauce on it as a fan. I'm like I feel like I worked this week.
Yeah.
And I feel like this jersey, like this patch, is gonna see the games with me.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a mental problem.
Yeah, you're taking that jersey to watch the game with you.
Yeah.
You're not wearing it to the game. You're taking it to the game.
I'm taking this jersey. I'm like, I want this jersey to. I want
experience the season
to
along with you.
experience the season with me.
Yeah.
Like I want, which this jersey, it doesn't have feelings.
This jersey doesn't. Does that jersey?
Well, that jersey's been through some more, but but if I were to take a thread off this, and I would be like, this is just a thread.
Yeah.
But when it's all together, I feel like
It's got something.
Jesus Christ, dude, something's not right.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
But you're not harming anybody, which is the beauty.
No, I'm not taking it across state lines and
Yeah.
confusing it.
Right. So, you be as weird as you want to be. Do whatever you want. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're good.
Isn't that what life's all about?
That's it. That's everything it is.
Listen, one of my favorite things about you is how open you are with your
We don't
stuff.
need to justify anything that we ever do unless
right.
we're hurting somebody else. And then just don't do that thing. That's it.
I don't think I hurt anybody.
I think you're pretty...
As far as people.
I regret not saying something to a woman yesterday. I was at the grocery store. And you know, like the lines form. And then normally when the lines form, they come out and then they shoot alongside so that people can walk by the aisles. But these two people really were, like, they were online and they just came out and blocked, like, the main thoroughfare of the grocery store between the register and the aisles. You got to keep that open because people were coming in and out, like, and they're just sitting there with their carts, like two absolute doot-to-doots, and like, because zero consideration for people going. And I really wish I had spoken to this woman, but you know, there's no way of doing that without being a dick. But I was like, hey, like, you having a rough day? Like, cause like, is there a way I could have approached it to be like, you got a lot going on in your mind? Because like sometimes we all got things going on in mind. We're not thinking clearly. We're not thinking, oh, I should be doing this, but I'm too busy.
That's such a condescending way to do it.
Because I'm trying to understand why you would be here instead of like going alongside the registers as to not block the aisle. Because you know that's the way to do it, right? And like, but I'm definitely an asshole. No matter what. If you
Is that
approach
what
person,
gaslighting is?
no, because I do think what I'm saying. I do believe. What I wanted to say was, "You dumb fucking idiot! Why would you sit here?" Like, and that was my initial reaction.
Yeah.
To that, and I wanted to be like.
But you didn't say anything.
I didn't. I didn't say anything because I was with Monique, and I don't want to make the. If I was alone, I probably would have said something.
You
to her.
would have?
Yeah.
See,
But I don't like to make the person with me feel like.
that's
awkward.
good. So you're making that person, the person that you're with, you don't.
And
But
only because I'm willing to be the asshole to that person. For like because next time they get in an aisle, they're gonna remember the asshole, and they know I'm right. Like, even though if I'm an asshole, I was the asshole who was right, and then next time they get on the line, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right. That guy that was an asshole but is also right said that thing, and I should probably listen
or
to him.
they would double down and be like, screw that guy.
Yeah,
This
but
is
then
what I did.
then you're like, if you don't get that pointed out to you and then adjust your life, then you're just an asshole. Like, I can understand being like not thinking about it and being a little thoughtless.
Have you ever been pointed out?
No, but most people don't confront things
Most
like that.
people
I'm a
don't. But do you
confronter.
think you've ever done something where?
Of course.
Yeah.
Like I said, I believe that if you're in your own head and you're not thinking, you're doing something, you go, oh yeah, of course, I know not to do this. But you're just like, maybe something big's going on in your life and you're not thinking about it.
Nothing comes to mind of where I needed to be corrected.
And I don't think.
But I'm sure I've
I don't
done
think
stuff.
I am. I can't think of any either. But it'd be crazy to think you're the one person
Oh,
in your
of
life
course,
that
of
has never
course,
done anything.
I probably
worth-
did 7 things today.
Of course. Yeah.
But like nothing pops out. I was at the gym the other day, and I wish I had. I was thinking this. I was on the elliptical, right? I'm fucking moving, and there's a guy right in front of me. I got my headphones on. I'm listening to a podcast, right? There's a guy, older gentleman. He's on like the bike doing that stuff, but he's barely biking, and the Mets are on, and he's cheering for the Mets, loud. So loud.
Also, it's done. The season's done.
Like,
for the
what are we
Mets.
doing? It's like, and he's not him and his like, whatever it was. Why there was a girl with him? I don't know if it was a wife. I don't know what was going on, but they're talking so loud, and I just want to be like, I'm like, sir, I have headphones on. I can hear you.
Yeah.
You're disrupting people.
Yeah.
But I just sat there, and I looked at the back of his head. I was like, this fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Jesus. And but I didn't say anything.
You
But I
can't-
said a lot of mean thoughts in my head.
Yeah. You can't say anything to that guy. There's somebody that blatant is, what I'm having,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody has any fun anymore.
You
Nobody.
can't. But it's like, also, no, he's not hurting anybody. He's rooting for his
annoying.
team.
He's
but
annoying
it's like,
people.
if I can hear you through headphones,
Yeah, that's crazy.
like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like today, I forgot my headphones at work, my little AirPods today, but I have a Bluetooth speaker with me, and I usually play that in the
What, you
truck.
don't have a radio?
I do, but a lot of times, if I'm listening to my phone, it doesn't have like a connection to it. Some of the old trucks don't have a connection to it.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a truck that doesn't have
I
a connection,
used to do that with a Bluetooth radio.
yeah. So if I'm in a truck that does it, I plug it in. But if I don't, I like to have a Bluetooth ready so I can listen to.
Yeah.
So I forgot my headphones, so I'm like, oh, I'll just bring the Bluetooth to the back of the truck and I can use it while I'm working. But I was very cautious. Like once I was like done working in the truck, if I took my lift gate down and started walking, like the Bluetooth was off. I didn't have the volume going, but even then was still, I felt bad, like because you can hear my radio if you're walking by the truck. You could probably hear people talking. Also listening to podcasts with like people cursing. I'm always like, every time somebody curses, I'm like, boy, they really curse a lot in this podcast.
Speaking my language. We're in sync tonight because that happened to me this morning. I was listening to a morning sports radio talk show, and I was getting gas, and I leave my door open.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the only one there.
Yeah.
So I leave my door open so as I'm pumping my gas, I can still listen to it. The second I'm in the middle and a older gentleman pulls up, and the radio station, which is on regular, it's WFAN, they start talking about like blowjobs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now? And it's not like graphic.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but it's blasting out of my car. It's like
You're
this
somebody
old
who
guy.
wouldn't want that being.
I'm like,
being
I don't
subjected
want
to that.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't need to hear this.
Yeah.
That's why it bothers me when people talk on their goddamn cell phones. When you can hear both sides of the conversation, or even one side.
That's worse. Yeah.
It just because then I can't even be nosy.
Well, I told you about that time I was in the ferry and woman was doing that, and I just went and sat in the booth with her. So I was like, I was just having a little bit of trouble hearing the other person, so I wanted to get nice and close so I could hear the whole conversation.
That's right. That's right. Did you say that too?
Yeah. I sat down in a booth and I just sat close.
What was her
She's like,
response?
can I help you? I said, no, I was just having a little bit of trouble hearing the other person, so I just wanted to get close so I can hear the whole conversation.
What was her response?
I'm not going to hear you fine. I just was having a she was just like, just flabbergasted. She was like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
I wish I had more of that, just to throw people off.
Yeah.
You know, give them social, put them in social jail.
Yeah.
You know, social jail is when you go up to somebody and you make them feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
We all need it.
Yeah.
Like we said.
Well, it doesn't work though. So.
No, of course it doesn't work.
I think that's it.
That's it. This is fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, me too.
We got through it.
Yeah.
You know.
And no Chic.
Yeah, no Chic. He didn't even text us.
No.
I got a few text messages through this. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
Maybe he was really working. All right, we'll see.
Imagine that.
I can't imagine that. Guys, if you made it this far, we love and appreciate you. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.